Now we'll see about hypothesis testing. Before going to hypothesis testing, let's start. What is hypothesis? So hypotheses are the expected relationship between two variables which can be statistically tested. That's called as hypothesis. So it is expected relationship between two variables which can be statistically tested. So this process, hypothesis testing, follows two important principles. So first principle is called as negative inference. What do you mean by negative inference? So the entire process of hypothesis testing based on a negative inference. So the hypothesis should be in the form of negative statement. So already we know there are two types of hypothesis. One is called research hypothesis, one is called null hypothesis. For example, if you say there is significant difference between pre-test and post-test, this is research hypothesis. So how to convert this into null hypothesis? We'll say there is no significant difference. Please remember, in hypothesis testing process, since it follows negative inference, only the null hypothesis can be tested. We cannot test the research hypothesis. So in context of hypothesis testing, research hypothesis needs to be converted to null hypothesis in the form of negative statement so that it can undergo the hypothesis testing process. That's the reason we are having null hypothesis. Next principle is process of rejection. So we are going to the various steps in hypothesis testing. The whole process aims to reject the null hypothesis. So what we do by rejecting the null hypothesis, we'll accept the research hypothesis. Please remember, these are the two principles which governs the entire hypothesis testing process. One is negative inference, second is process of rejection.